Hello, it's Caroline. It's been a really long time since I made a video. I was in graduate school from August to May, so that took up my life constantly. So I was asked to make a video about the notion of shame and what shame I've experienced while being in recovery, what that's been like. I'm gonna just double check on the exact question. Can you make one about shame and its effect on eating disorder recovery? Okay, yes. So, speaking of graduate school, a lot of what I experienced as far as my recovery went over the last 9, 10, 11 months was a lot of shame, because I came very close to relapsing while I was in graduate school. I didn't relapse, but I came close, and I was very ashamed for a while that I had even come that close, because I guess I've been in recovery now for almost 6 years, and so for most of that time, I guess part of me felt like, oh, well, I'm never going to have to deal with any sort of feelings or desires to binge and purge again. Oh, well, I'm in recovery, so it's perfect from here on out, and I never have to cope with anything traumatic or stressful again. And that wasn't true. And so what I learned was that those feelings were there. And I guess what I would say is, while in graduate school, I experienced things, both the stress of school and some things that went on in my personal life that I guess I hadn't experienced anything so stressful and dramatic while I'd been in recovery. And what ended up happening was I actually had to cope with those feelings and that pain in a way I never did when I was bulimic, because my coping mechanism when I was bulimic was being bulimic. So I guess the way that I worked through the shame was realizing that, well, first of all, not actually relapsing was a way I was able to feel less ashamed for what I was going through. But also, I had to accept, like, there's no shame in experiencing feelings. Like, there's no shame in being stressed out, or in being sad, or in being hurt, or in feeling traumatized. There's nothing shameful about any of that. And there isn't anything shameful about how you cope with those feelings. The issue is that when we feel ashamed for how we cope, or maybe we feel ashamed for the feelings in the first place, and then it's just a vicious spiral. And so I guess for me, I was able to backtrack, and once I let go of the shame for coming close to relapse, and then I let go of the shame for having the feelings I was having, because that's, I feel like, where a lot of the shame starts, is that we, people with or without an eating disorder, we feel ashamed that we're upset, or we feel ashamed that we're happy even. And so coming to recognize that everything I was feeling was fair and valid and authentic, and learning that I didn't have to respond to any of that with A, shame, and B, eating disorder behavior, was a big awakening. So I hope that helps answer the question about shame in recovery. I think that like feeling of shame is one that happens a lot, and so just like you can't be ashamed for other feelings, you have to give yourself some slack when you literally or figuratively beat yourself up for what you're going through. So yeah, I'm curious to hear what other people have to say about this. So floor is open. Please share your thoughts. And I hope everyone's having a great summer.